there, Lake County Library. This is Christy Lewis from the Lakeport branch, and today we're going to be talking about a book haul of lots of different genres. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that you can order any of these books for free with a Lake County Library card through our online library catalog, which is linked down below. I will also have all of the book titles and author names that I'm mentioning in today's video down below, so you can just copy and paste them directly into that online catalog. And if you order them on the catalog, you can order it to the branch of your choice, whatever your home branch that you're closest to. It will be delivered there for free, and it includes books from Sonoma County and Mendocino County. So books that you won't find on the shelves here, you can still access through the online library catalog. You can also get ebooks, audiobooks, book on CD, large type playaway. There's so many different kinds of books that you can access through there. So definitely check it out. And we have so many other cool things on our website. I've recently started reading the New York Times regularly because you can have free access to the New York Times through the Lake County Library website. So definitely check out our website, and you might find a new free healthy habit just waiting there for you on the website. So let's jump into the book haul. So our first genre today is not really a genre, it's actually technically an age range, but people treat it like it's a genre, and that is young adult. So let's jump into it. Our first young adult book we have today is A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft, which is a young adult fantasy of manners for fans of Regency romance. A magical dressmaker commissioned for a royal wedding finds herself embroiled in scandal when a gossip columnist draws attention to her undeniable chemistry with the groom. And our next book is also by Allison Saft, and that is A Far Wilder Magic, which is a romantic young adult fantasy. Sharpshooter Margaret Welty and alchemical apprentice Weston Winters form an unlikely team competing for glory in a magical fox hunt. While Margaret wants to lure her mother home, Wes needs the prize money to support his family and his political aspirations. A Far Wilder Magic is also available on ebook and e-audiobook. Next we have Our Cursed Love by Julie Abe, which is a young adult fantasy for lovers of cozy romance. Two Japanese-American friends, Remy and Cam, visit Tokyo and try a love potion. But instead of falling in love with Remy, Cam loses all memory of her. Remy races to spark Cam's memory before midnight on New Year's Eve, or else Cam will forget her forever. Next we have Artifacts of an Ex by Jennifer Chan, which is a young adult romance in the tradition of Jenny Han and Emma Lord. 18-year-old Chloe sets up an exhibit inspired by heartbreak, hers and others, and finds a new heartthrob, Daniel. But Daniel refuses to be a rebound boyfriend, and Chloe must recover from her own heartbreak before she can rediscover the way to love. Artifacts of an Ex is also available on ebook. And speaking of Emma Lord, her latest young adult Friends to Lovers romance is on the way. A lot of these books are being released in January, but you can put holds on all of them if you want to get to them before the crowds get to them. So The Getaway List by Emma Lord falls under that category. After getting rejected by all 10 colleges she applied to, Riley reconnects with a childhood friend and fellow troublemaker for some self-rediscovery. Over the summer, they tackle their co-written Getaway List, which includes going camping, road tripping, and more. Next genre is horror, and our horror book for today is An Ordinary Violence by Adriana Chartrand, which is an eerie, incisive horror novel following Dawn, a young indigenous woman haunted by the oppressive legacies of colonization. Dawn's brother has just finished his prison term for a violent crime, but he brought home a friend, the charismatic leader of a dangerous supernatural network. Next genre is romance. Seems like we've had several romances already, but they were young adult romances, and this is adult romance. So our first adult romance is Calamity by Constance Fay, which is an enemies to lovers sci-fi romance, the first in a series. The captain of a ragtag mercenary ship is given an offer she can't refuse by the ruthless head of an intergalactic noble family. The only catch? She'll have to team up with his suspicious, handsome son to get her reward. Next we have Hunt on Dark Waters by Katee Lee, which is the first in a new fantasy romance series, Crimson Sails, from the author of the TikTok smash hit Neon Gods. Evelyn, a witch, escapes from her vampire ex through a portal into another world, and is rescued by a band of seafarers and their telekinetic captain. But the danger is far from over. Hunt on Dark Waters is also available on ebook and e-audiobook. Next we have our final romance, Next Door Nemesis by Alexa Martin. After years of hustling, Collins Carter has finally made it back to her parents' house. Worse, her former best friend, Nathaniel Adams, is running for HOA president. Collins decides to run against him, and the two rivals sink to levels their sleepy suburb has never seen before. Next Door Nemesis is also available on ebook. And a lot of these also will be made available in other formats, large type, ebook, audiobook, stuff like that. As it gets closer to their publication date or even afterwards. Sometimes audiobooks come out later, so just keep your eye out if any of these titles sound good. Keep checking back and there might be another format available to you. Our next genre is going to be science fiction, and our science fiction today is System Collapse by Martha Wells, which is book 7 in the Murderbot series, featuring everyone's favorite sassy lethal security unit. Murderbot is trying to prevent a corporation from enslaving an entire colony of humans, but there's something wrong with Murderbot. It will have to fix the problem quickly in order to save the colonists. System Collapse is also available on ebook and e-audiobook. And our next genre is nonfiction history, and our history for today is Love in the Time of Hate by Florian Illies, which is a detailed cultural history of the decade when the hedonism of the Jazz Age gave way to the terror of fascism and war, 1929 to 1939. It sounds to me, just like reading the descriptions, like Love in the Time of Hate spends a lot of time following famous people around this period, or around the globe during this time. So Thomas Mann, Vladimir Nabokov, Picasso, their families, their lovers, and more. So if you're interested in the cultural heroes of the past and you want to learn a little bit more about this period, this might be a great book for you. Our next genre is going to be literary fiction. So our first literary fiction is Stockholm by Noa Yedlin, which is, according to Kirkus, a seriously funny take on death and dying. It's an ingeniously plotted dark comedy about aging and friendship, following a tight-knit circle of seniors as they attempt to hide the death of one of their best friends so he can win the Nobel Prize for Economics. Stockholm is also available on ebook. Our last literary fiction is Digging Start. I apologize, I'm not going to get this name right because I forgot to look it up ahead of time, but it's Novuyo Rosa Tshuma, something like that. And we are following in this book Rosa. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's like related to the author's story in any way. But anyways, Rosa is following in her father's footsteps, leaving Zimbabwe to do graduate studies at the same elite science program he attended. But truthfully, Rosa hardly knew her father, a renowned professor and astronomer. Her classmates challenge her understanding of identity, personhood, the ethics of technology, and, most painfully, her adulation of her father. Digging Start is also available on e-audiobook. That is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this book haul. Let us know down below if you're going to order any of these books or if you have any questions, because we really love to hear from you. Happy holidays from the Lake County Library, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye!